How does Marleigh's development and achievements inspire me? Development-wise, I mean, she's consistent. Like, in the pool, out the pool, when she has a goal, she goes for it. And as an older athlete in the water, I'm a starting collegiate swimming. She's still finishing up her senior year of high school, you know. I can look at her, you know, in the pool, see how consistent she is. You know, that's the best thing to do as an athlete, is to just be consistent. And outside of swimming, you can even see it in ROTC, her major accomplishments and her ranks and her, you know, promotions there. And academically, she's a very strong student. And that all takes consistency. That all takes, you know, multiple days in a row, weeks, months, just staying in on a path and following it. And she's able to do that in the pool and out the pool. That's what I admire most.
A lot of people like to think that swimming is a big talent sport, that you grew up with it, it's a genetic thing, you have to be tall, you have to be strong. It's just something that comes by chance. But Marleigh has basically shown that skill, talent doesn't matter, that hard work will triumph talent every single day, and that talent and that hard work that she's developed doesn't also happen overnight. So through years of training, through years of progress that she's put in the water, in and out, whether it's weightlifting in the gym or it's just putting in extra laps after practice, Marleigh inspired me to basically know that I can do more, and that in order to get good, in order to be better than the rest, I can't just rely on talent and skill. It's consistency, and Marleigh showed me that consistency will always win.
When I see students like Marleigh McDonald, who maintains high academic honors while participating in countless extracurricular activities, I couldn't be more prouder. It's pleasing to see students who transfer their athletic resilience into their academics, because it leaves an example worth highlighting for those who question if it's possible.
When we first started her with swimming, it was really for purposes of safety. I never thought that we would get to this point, because there would be times when she was swimming at Mommy and Me lessons with her Binky and Passy, and she wanted nothing to do with swimming, nothing.
What I remember is I actually hated swimming. I really hated it. I did not like it at all. I didn't like really being in the water. I liked the thought of it, not actually being in the water. And my mom would have to force me. I would cry at every swim lesson that I had. It was really bad. And then eventually, I don't know what switched. I think one of my swim lesson instructors was like a key point in the reason why I started liking swimming. I don't know, like she just had that kind of vibe with me, that she helped push me to join the swim team there, which I still compete against that YMCA in Rahway, but in the summer. So it's kind of like a full circle moment.
Some of the swimmers for Linden High School were also lifeguards and captains at the time of the Linden High School swim team. And she would say, "Mommy, I want to go watch the swim meets." So from the time that she was probably 6, she's like, "I want to be on the Linden swim team. I'm going to swim for Linden." And then it became a reality. You know, she knew Coach Gelfond when she was a little kid, and she was cheering on the Linden swimmers who were her swim instructors and lifeguards at the pool. So I think swimming has always been kind of a very personal thing for her.
Yeah, my mom always brought me to this like swim meets for high school swimming ever since I was younger. I remember seeing all the older kids swimming, and I could always compare myself against them. And at a young age, I knew that I would be a good competitor in high school swimming, and it was always just something I wanted to do.
Having friends and family is really essential, and she's really very blessed to have all of those people in her life, which are many and too numerous to name. But I know that my husband and I are really grateful for each and every one of them. They all really encourage and support her to strive and to stay positive, and I think that really helps her.
So I met Marleigh first, and we kind of just went to Jasmine and was like, hey, do you want to play with us? Because it was kindergarten. Since we all had the same class, we just clicked.
Like, you don't think about it like she's just your best friend, but like, no, she really is great. Like, she's so sweet and kind, and she listens, and she's like so protective of you, and she's just gonna like make sure you're comfortable in any setting.
So to make a clone of Marleigh,
so if I had to make a clone of Marleigh, I would add,
as I said before, energetic.
Again, energy, because she's very energetic. If you get to know her, she's like full of joy, really energetic when you get to meet her.
I think you're gonna need to be smart.
I guess a little bit of sassy. She's a little bit sassy, but smart. She's a really smart girl.
That person will need to be nice.
A little bit of curiosity, because she's very curious.
Be stubborn, and
she's like really talented, so I would definitely say talented.
I don't really think you could make a clone of her. She's one of a kind.
When I hear the name Marleigh McDonald, I think of a student athlete who is introspective, a student athlete who takes in the world, decides what she's going to do, processes it, and then decides what she's going to do from there. I see that when she's on the pool deck, and I also see it when she's in the halls here at Linden High School. She really does take a look at life, and then she decides what she's going to do from there.
When I hear the name Marleigh McDonald, I think of a kind, compassionate, self-driven individual who's also extremely grounded despite all of the things that she has going on in her life. She finds a way to manage her time wisely, and she's overall a very well-rounded individual.
Yeah, so Marleigh, when it comes to lifting spirits on the team, she's not the loudest person. On the swim team, she's not like the most like outgoing, she's none of that, but it's her presence and her just being there is enough already, because she just embodies the fact of a good swimmer. And anytime, like whether it's like calm someone down, whether it's just coming up to help them, or even if it's just like, even at some times where she's as calm, cool, collected, and locked in, with some people, like that's not always gonna work, just seeing that. So Marleigh, she can be blunt sometimes, so she cracks a few jokes here and there, and it'll help raise your spirits up. Or even if you had a bad race and you're warming down in the pool, she'll always be either there or when you get up where all the teams huddle up, she'll be like, oh, that was a great race. She'll always, in a sense, lift you up to make sure that just because your first race wasn't the best, your second race shouldn't follow the same route. You take one race at a time, and you just race whatever's ahead of you, and don't worry about the races that are down ahead or the ones that were in the past.
I just love seeing improvement. You can ask anyone. I'm always talking about, hey, like you're gonna be good. Like I know you're gonna be good. Like you're doing well. I always make sure, beyond the coaches' feedback, that there's also feedback from someone like myself. When you have someone closer to your age that's also a little more experienced and they're giving you feedback, it means a little bit more. So I think that's important as well.
The qualities I appreciate about Marleigh is her leadership qualities. On the pool deck, she really can take over what's going on and help other student athletes either be in position or be ready for their events. She gives very good information to other swimmers about technique. She'll stay in the pool and help other swimmers with their technique. And there are things that we can't do as coaches sometimes, where she is right there in the water with them, helping them get through everything. She's a leader. She really is able to take that role and help our future student athletes. As a matter of fact, I have 6th graders in the middle school, and when I say I'm the swim coach and I know Marleigh McDonald, they get all excited and they want, they ask questions about the swim program here at the high school, and they can't wait to get here to swim here. And part of the reason is because we have athletes like Marleigh, and they look up to them and they want to emulate them in the future.
To me, that's what it's all about, you know, being a student athlete. It's the reason why they have student first before athlete. Marleigh is doing what she's capable of doing within the classroom. She's a great student, and again, she's going to continue going on to do bigger and better things, but she knows the importance of her academics. You can't show off your athletic talents without doing what you're supposed to be doing in the classroom, and I think she sets a real positive, good example for our younger athletes.
Marleigh likes to strive for not only athletic excellence, but academic excellence. And the way that she works to balance that is through time management. When it comes to school and swimming, if she has an assignment that she knows is due and it's big, or a test or something, she tries to chunk out her time and her assignments so that she can do her assignments as soon as she gets them. She really tries to stay very organized, which is extremely impressive. She has her planner, she has her stuff, she knows exactly what she's doing.
So I had the privilege of teaching Marleigh her sophomore year. I was her chemistry teacher, and Marleigh was very quiet. So as I had mentioned, I knew Marleigh previously from her freshman year. She came in as a swimmer, but I really only knew her as an athlete for that one season that I was able to coach with her. When I got her sophomore year as a student, I really got to see more of Marleigh, not just at the pool, but off the pool deck. And Marleigh off the pool deck in that classroom, she was really driven. She's quiet, yet very personable. When you do go out to talk to Marleigh, she's able to hold a conversation in a way that I personally feel is beyond her years. She has a maturity to her that is just really nice to kind of be around. It's a grounding type of energy. But she also knows how to jump right in with her peers. Inside that classroom, was able to get her work done, maintain good grades, show up to swim practice, help all the students on the deck at swim practice, help to, give them feedback to make them better, then move on to her swim practice that she has for her club team afterwards. She would still find a way to show up to ROTC and be a leader in that role, and then do it all over the next day. So for someone her age, I'm seriously impressed with how she manages her time. She seems to have really developed those time management skills, which is something that even some of us in our adult lives struggle with. So overall, I just think that she is really a great force.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm videoing you guys. That's wrong.
Sharing the same space as Marleigh and watching her grow is extremely refreshing because there aren't many teens like her nowadays, which makes her one of a kind. And as her good friend, I can truly say that I am always proud of her and her accomplishments.
She's like trying to become nonchalant, but she's always going to be that crazy person.
That crazy little girl.
She was wild when she was younger. So we'll always remember her for that, for sure. Marleigh McDonald is one of the best friends you could ever ask for. She's so nice, she's so caring, she's smart, she's so understanding. And when you really take the time to get to know her and to really become her friend, it's just gonna be so much more than you could ever ask for. When people think of the perfect friend, that's her.
That's Marleigh. She's really the best friend you could ever have. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, imagine I start crying.
Some of her fellow swim teammates from the Jersey Gators and also Linden High School took a picture with Anthony Irvin, but she took a picture with Anthony, and it was her like Olympian athlete moment in her life, in her swim career. I think every swimmer has one, but she was really little and she was just starting to get into swimming, and for the 2012 Olympics and then again for the 2016 Olympics, Anthony Irvin had swam in them. And it was a big deal because he was making a comeback and he was one of the oldest swimmers. And I remember we were really into watching the Olympic trials and then the Olympic prelims and the Olympic finals. And I remember Marleigh, you know, watching it with her eyes glued on not only Anthony Irvin, but Missy Franklin, who is one of her swimming idols. And when it came to Anthony, because she had met him personally, she'd go like this, like, "Mommy, I can't watch." And I'm like, "Why can't you watch more?" She's like, "Because I know him. And what if he loses?" So during the time that we would watch the races, we're watching the races, staring at the screen and screaming like we were there. And it was just the best moment because she is so passionate. And that was one of the times that we figured out how passionate she was about swimming, because again, it was like a personal connection for her, having met Anthony Irvin. And he's a really sweet, personable guy.
So swimming is a unique sport, kind of, as I mentioned too, it's kind of like track and field and cross country to an extent where majority of the time you're going one-on-one maybe with another person. You're kind of always out there on display, which could be a little bit nerve-wracking for some people. But again, it's just a testament to, you know, her confidence and her work ethic and her pride that she goes out there and excels in this type of environment. So I give her a lot of credit, and she does a great job with swimming. You can't hide anything out on the field, just like out on the track.
Sharing the same space as Marleigh and like watching her grow, I would say it's interesting. You know, she came a long way from freshman year, and you know, the person she is now, I would say she fulfilled all her accomplishments, and again, she's really smart academically, and she's very a fun person. So I would definitely say it's interesting because she came a long way, and it's really good for her.
It's amazing. I would say like everyone that knows her knows, like, it's really nice to be around her. She's a very nice person. She's always making jokes. She's always keeping everyone hyped up, even if you don't feel like it. She'll always have something she wants you to do with her. So it's really nice to share space with her.
Hello, today I will be showing you how to make a milk. The ingredients you will need is milk, whole milk, 1% or 2%. Then you will need dish Dove soap and some food coloring, yellow, green, red, and blue. And you will need a cotton tool. The first thing you will need to do is you will need to take the milk and pour it into the bowl or plate.
Seeing Marleigh grow, you don't like really think about it because you're always like on the inside looking in. So it's like you're just kind of like watching her go through life and like just do these things. And she's always been doing them, like even since she was little. So it's like kind of the normal. But like actually going on like the outside, and she's like accomplishing so many things, and like she's like achieving so much that it's kind of incredible. But you like never take the time to like look back and admire it because it's just like Marleigh being Marleigh.
Yeah, it's really Marleigh being Marleigh.
Yeah, like it seems like so grand, but like this is just like her personality. Like she's just always been like great at things.
So there's of course been moments where I've wanted to quit. That's just part of sports. Sometimes you hit plateaus and you don't go any further, or you keep going down and you don't know when you're ever going to get back up again. But the whole point of sports is to teach you that no matter how many times you fall down, you're always going to get back up again, and that's just what you have to do to stay afloat. Because sports like swimming, there's always going to be someone below you that's eager and ready to get ahead of you. So if you aren't watching out for that, you have to keep moving. Like swimming's a sport where you have to keep going. You can't just stop and decide to come back. You have to keep going.
I think I saw that transformation when she was like during the pandemic, because I was home with her a lot in the morning, because you know she was only what 12 when that happened, so it was. I had to make sure that the internet was still up. She had everything she needed, breakfast and stuff. So I was going into work late. I'd go in at like noon or something, But I got to spend a lot of time, and I got to hear her online classes and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, I didn't realize how wicked smart she is. You know what I mean? She was, and how smart some of her other friends were too. Because you're listening to all the kids in the classroom, and I was like, man. I was like, man, she's so much smarter than I am.
My coach right now, Coach Lou, he coaches at Jersey Gators in Cranford, where I currently club swim. He's one of the reasons why I started to love swimming again after that low point where I just wanted to quit in quarantine. And he built up my confidence again by giving us really hard sets and things to do. That just built up my confidence in my training so that I could perform better, because you have to have a lot of confidence in your training in order to perform. And if you don't have that confidence, you completely just deplete under the pressure. I hate thinking about it, because I know exactly the feeling when I feel like hey, I could have done more this time, I could have done more that time. But then I remember my coach, he always tells us, okay, you gotta go out there, you gotta have fun, first of all. Second of all, you work hard, you come to practices, you never really skip. There's nothing more you could do as a high school student who does so much. And you should believe in yourself no matter what.
You can have a great athlete that can compete 3 or 4 times a week, but when you have someone that's 7 days a week in the pool, out the pool, they're eating good, they're sleeping in, they're getting their homework done, they're outside the pool, they're focusing on everything else needed. Because at the end of the day, she's a student athlete, so everything else is done as the student. And she comes in and makes sure she's okay as the athlete. I think just her consistency and her approach is what I admire most. And I try to take what she does and apply it to myself.
So here I was already fascinated, and her mom called me and said, Sardu, you may want to sit down for this. And so my mind, I automatically go to, did she win a meet? Is she qualified for something? And I wasn't ready for, what she had to say. She proceeded to tell me that Marleigh scored a 5 on her APA exam. And I was just so proud to hear something like that. And, it just continued to make me a bigger fan than I already was.
I'm starting to go through, obviously, the college search process, and I'm starting to figure out what I need to be able to get into colleges for swimming, and not only swimming, for academics. So I started communicating to colleges. Some are getting back, some weren't. And there was one race, the 400 IM, I thought I was really going to do well in. And I went out, I swam a really, really good time, and it turns out I got disqualified for one of my turns. And anyone who does swimming knows a 400 IM is not easy at all. It's 4 laps of each stroke. It can go on for as long as 5 minutes. And it's very tiring. So knowing that your time at the end, you got disqualified, it hurts. Like, it hurts your soul because it hurts so bad physically as well. I remember just kind of breaking down and just being so upset over it because I really wanted to show the college coaches and everyone that, hey, like, I also have this race that I can swim at your college, like, you should accept me. But knowing that they won't be able to see that time just because of a turn being disqualified after not being disqualified for years since I was younger, it kind of switched something that I was like, maybe it's not that serious. Maybe I should just take it one step at a time. Maybe it's not about the races. Maybe it's more about my personality. Maybe I should just stick with what I have rather than trying to reach further. Of course, you should reach further and that should be your goal, but sometimes you just have to accept, you know, you're gonna have losses. You have to hold on to those losses so that you can win bigger things. So that's what I figured from that.
So this upcoming season is going to be Marleigh's senior year, and I'm really looking forward to see what this year has in store for her. So our school records right now, we have guys records, we have girls records, but right now for those female records, Marleigh holds the record for all of our events except for the 500 right now and her 50 free. We do have people from 2007 who hold that record currently for the 50 free. But with this being Marleigh's senior year, she's only a couple hundredths of a second off from taking that record and having her name up on that board. So I know I'm really looking forward to see what she can do this season in terms of her growth, because I do plan that she's going to take that record on and bring her name back on the board for something even more. Aside from just swimming, Marleigh all around is just killing it. She's a great student. She maintains A averages in her classes. She's part of the ROTC program and she holds a very large leadership there as well. And as I had mentioned, she kind of recruits a lot of her ROTC peers to come onto our team. So I just look forward to seeing how she blossoms this senior year and what she has in store for herself.
Looking forward into what Marleigh's career and what lies ahead for her and what's exciting about it is knowing that she's going into her senior year of high school. I'm very excited to see how she performs this high school season for her senior year, because a very important meet, MOCs, the Meet of Champions, is a very important meet, and it kind of gets your name out there for colleges to see. And Marleigh has drastically improved this last year, her junior year. So, and with qualifying times to get to that meet is already an achievement in itself. But I want to see how she ranks among everybody. And this isn't like, oh, a county meet. This isn't like a meet where like a couple towns like to face it. This is the best of the best in New Jersey. And New Jersey is one of the top 5 ranked states for swimming. So it's very competitive. There's a lot of fast people there. There's a lot of Olympians that have swam there in the past before at this meet. So it's a historical meet, and I'll be looking forward to see drops in time, to see her basically just push past her limits that she's had for herself for now.
But Marleigh has done a tremendous job. She has continued to grow year by year. I'm very excited to continue to watch her growth. She's got so much talent and, again, a lot more potential as well. And she's also very lucky that she has a mother that's very involved and wants her to succeed as well. So it's been a great working relationship for all of us.
County Championships 2026, look out for her. She's going to be coming senior year. And the MOCs, Meet of Champions, you know, she's going to be up there. So look out for Marleigh. She's a great student. Wherever she goes to college, they're going to take her with open arms. She's a great athlete, a great person, and yeah.
My hope is that her leadership in the swim program would inspire our younger students who want to follow in her footsteps and swim through all of their experiences that their educational journey would bring them.
Probably gonna cry. just that she's a genuinely good, kind person. And we tried to instill that into her, you know. I probably don't set the best examples, but, you know, we try to always be courteous and kind to people, and, you know, and she's that person, you know. She would help anybody if they really needed it, and I think that's where we did really well, you know. And the trophies and everything else, that's secondary. I just want her to be a great person, that's all. Try not to cry. Yeah. As I told her a couple of weeks ago, I said, it's been a pleasure raising you. Yeah. You know? Mm-hmm. You know, you almost feel handcuffed now that, you know, that I'm older, you know, and she's older. She doesn't need as much from me, you know, as she did, you know. Now it's just sitting down talking like normal, like adults almost, you know. It's just like, you know, it's not like when she was little, where I, you know, was over there 24/7. Now, yeah. So it's tough, you know.
I think being a good friend, you know, like I said previously, you know, her legacy outside of the pool, we know that she's locked in. We know that she's capable of killing every practice, beating the girl next to her in the lanes when racing, but just being a good friend, you know, swimming being such an isolated sport, you know, you're not talking to people in the water, you're not listening to music, or it's very isolating. It's very hard mentally. And it's very good to have her in the water, talking to you know, asking how the set was for you after practice, how the body's feeling. You know, she's always asking about how other people are feeling. She's very extroverted in that sense. She's always making sure everyone around her is doing good and not just focusing on herself. So her legacy outside the pool is just being a really good friend, checking up on people, and, you know, being there for someone who needs it.
But I don't want people to just remember for my records that are on the wall. I want people to remember me, like my teammates, my younger teammates hopefully, maybe the people that I mentor in ROTC, to remember me as someone who cared about them and who was able to have that balance between being like a parent figure who helps them develop, but also someone who helped them as a friend, who was funny, who enlightened their day. And that's what I really want. I want to be able to be seen as someone who was able to help, but also be there as a friend, and who made them happy, who made their day better, and who helped them grow.
I'm just proud of the person that she's turned into. She's kind, she's smart, she's funny, patient. She's just a very kind, sweet person. I'm proud of the person that she's becoming as a well-rounded young woman. Like, I can't wait to see what the next chapters hold for her. Sure, being strong academically and athletically, you know, that's where our focus has been for so many years. But eventually, you know, it's going to end, and she's going to become an adult. So, you know, I think that her just being a good person is the biggest accomplishment that her father and I could ever ask for. We're both so proud of her. She was a journey to get to, and it's been a journey to watch her grow. And I just can't wait to see where the journey takes her.
We're so proud of you. We just love everything that you're doing, and I know you'll do more great things in life.